Okay, so I was just kind of looking at the drawing I made of the doors. And it looks like, and looking at the maple as well. So I've got basically 4 9-foot 1x6s and 4 10-foot 1x6s. And these are like 10-foot 3-inch, and these are like 9-foot 1-inch. They're pretty straight. This one's just got a little bit of crooked. So basically these 4 or 8 will be the door, and this will be the jamb. Except I don't know exactly what I was thinking. Just getting 1x6 for the jamb. I definitely should have got 1x8. Means a little bit more labor, but didn't cost me much. Plus I still need, since I've decided to do the threshold out of maple, I'm going to order the 12-footer, and that would give me the bottom, the threshold, and the upper part. That should leave me with enough to do the sides, and then also the 1x2 that will go around that the hinges need for clearance. So the 1x2 that will just rest up against the jamb here. It's like a 12-foot 1x8. That's all extra I need. And then I should have enough maple. You got to start kind of pulling these out. Taking a look at. Oh, see, that's got a big split down there. It's pretty nice and straight. So I kind of mentioned earlier that you'd be gluing 2 pieces of wood so that they kind of hold themselves straight. I don't know if you could see this, but I got the bow going in this direction for one piece, and then the bow going in the opposite direction. And when you glue them up, the bows kind of counteract each other and hold each other hopefully straight, or at least straighter than just a single piece of wood would be. And try to match them up as best I can. Okay, so I went through and sided each one, looked at which sides have the best faces, and I laid them all out and kind of matched them up with which ones had the similar kind of bows to them so that I could get the straightest rails or styles. Whatever. I guess I could look. I have it written down over here. Styles. Okay. I got my 4 styles laid out and matched up. Let's see if you can see here. So there's one. It's got a kind of a kink in it, and this one has a little kink in it there. You got these 2, which both bow relatively the same. You got my 2 big ones, my big bowers. And then these ones, pretty decent sized bows too. But those faces happen to be the good faces, so it's just opposite of this one. So now I'll just kind of figure out where I'm going to put my mortises on each one. And I'll make sure I keep track of the orientation of how I have them paired up. Like this one with the crack in it, I think if I get a bunch of glue in there and glue it up between the 2 of them, and I think this is the end I'm going to cut off anyways, so I don't think it's going to affect the structure much. And if it does seem like it, I'll add one of those butterfly stitch type wood thingy. I don't know what they're called. I'd have to draw you a picture, I guess. I'll lay out where my mortises are, and I guess start doing them. And if I get to it, I'll start thinking about gluing it up. if I can show you how I'm setting the depth on there. There you go. That's a little better. So I can raise and lower it. So I get it just right. Here's a look at the slots I made. Was able to get a nice crisp corner on both of them. And they're square. I'd used the chop saw. So we got an exactly 3.5 inch by roughly 3/8 or so. Maybe a little over. Pretty smooth in between there. The jig did a pretty nice job. Over here, I had one spot where I must have pressed the jig a little hard or something. But otherwise, the rest of it's pretty smooth. And I got the corners pretty good. This one I messed up just a hair. But nothing a little glue and sawdust won't fix. 1 down, 7 to go. I don't think I'll be getting to gluing them tonight. Yeah, I'll get the next one set up and then I'll actually show you how I did the chop saw. It's actually got this little lever here that keeps it from going all the way down. So you can just set it at whatever depth you want. It's definitely not perfect, but it's perfect for nice square, straight cuts. And I can just kind of look by eye. Yeah, actually, I kind of left a little bit there. But I made sure by eye that I got the corners really good. All right. On to the next. Okay, one last check. And of course I took just a hair too much. Try trimming this one just a hair. That lines up pretty nice. It's beautiful.